Hi guys, I am Lowe. I'm stopping in tonight to give you a reading from Jasper, which is book 2 of my new paranormal series, The Guardian Shifters. Today has been a release boost for the first 2 books in the series, so I thought what better time to stop in and give you a reading from one of the chapters. When Jasper released last week, I read from chapter 1. So if you missed that, you can find that over on my YouTube channel. Just type in Lowe and it will come up. Tonight I am reading from chapter 12. It is quite a short chapter, so I've decided I'm going to read chapter 12 and chapter 13. My readers group, I put it to my readers group this morning to see what chapter they loved or liked or didn't want to end, and they told me to read chapter 12. So this is all down to them that I'm reading this chapter tonight. I probably wouldn't have picked it myself. You'll probably see why once I start reading. I've just put my son to bed so that I could read it, so that should tell you all that needs to be said. Let's get this started. Let me get it up on my Kindle. Hope I've got glasses on. Right, so we're reading chapter 12 and it's Jasper's point of view. Between the torture Kev and I endured, the trip here and Lavina's cooking skills, I'm exhausted. We're all sitting in the large living room around the roaring fire and the heat isn't helping matters. Stracey hasn't left my side much apart from helping Lavina clear up after dinner. Callum and Kevin are sitting in front of the fire, legs stretched out in front of them with a bottle of beer in their hands. It's so peaceful out here. Stracey speaks softly, but we all hear her and nod in appreciation of the quietness. Sometimes it's too peaceful, says Leland. I think we prefer it when we have work to do. The last few days we were sitting in limbo waiting for the council to get back to us about you guys. But tomorrow will see us planning. So rest up tonight. I need you all bright-eyed in the morning. On that note, I think I'm going to head to bed. Kev and I have had a crazy few days and I'm getting too old for it. I laugh and stand up quickly. I'll walk you up because I'm going to call it a night too, says Stracey as she stands behind me. Sleep tight, old man, Callum mocks, and I flap my hand out to shut him up. I think there was something wrong if he wasn't trying to get a rise out of me. You good, Kev? I asked before leaving him, sitting with Callum and Leland. Yeah, I won't be far behind you. I nod in response and leave the grand living room with Stracey. You're good with Kevin, you know that? Yeah, he's a good kid. You know, I think I could get used to this peaceful atmosphere, says Stracey, as we walk up the spiral staircase side by side. Really? Wouldn't you miss the busy pack life? Probably, but don't you ever feel like you want a little more out of life? Don't get me wrong, I love healing and I love being a part of a big family, but sometimes I just want more. I finish her sentence and turn to face her as we stand at her room door. Even though I don't know what that more is, she whispers. One day you will. I lift my hand to caress her cheek. I'm happy to see her lips curl up into a smile. Shh. She lifts her finger to cover my lips. I know. I cover her hand with mine and rest it on my chest. Our eyes dance, our breathing shallow. I take half a step forward and capture her mouth with mine. First, I lightly place my lips over hers to gauge her reaction. She steps forward until her chest is up against mine. Our mouths work together deeper, exploring each other like it's our last kiss. She pulls back and never takes her eyes off me. I take her hands in mine and walk across to my room. I expect her to stop me, but she follows me into the room, closing the door behind her. She steps back against the closed door and looks a little lost. Her body isn't relaxed like it was 5 minutes ago. I need to fix that. I take 2 steps into her room. My hands wrap around the back of her neck softly, drawing her into my embrace, my thumbs caressing her cheeks. I should have done this a long time ago, but I was lost. I didn't think it was possible to have 2 soulmates. I felt like I was betraying Carmen. I'm sorry I put you through that. Not seeing you on Monday morning was the wake-up call I needed. I love you, Stracey. From the moment I met you, I've always loved you. I'm sorry it took me so long to realise it. What matters now is that you do know what you want. I wasn't going to play second fiddle to Carmen, but I wasn't about to rush you to move on. Rules are impossible to understand at times, but I get that the bond between soulmates is hard to break. I don't know how this will work because I'm not a shifter, but what I do know is that I can't push you away anymore. I cut her words off with my mouth. The heat that lay dormant for so long has taken over my body. My dick is straining behind my pants. I can't get enough of her. I need her now. I run my hands down her neck, trailing my fingers down her breast slightly, making her arch into me. Tell me now if you don't want this. I've always wanted this, Jazz. She reaches down to the hem of her shirt and pulls over her head, leaving her breast covered in white lace. My arms wrap around her waist and I lift her, her legs wrapping around me quickly. Feeling her so close is going to take me over the edge before we even begin. I place her down on the bed and take my t-shirt over my head. I loosen my trousers and slide them down my legs, leaving me naked. Her eyes roam up and down my toned body, taking in every fine detail. I lean over her, placing kisses up her stomach to her breasts, biting the peak of her nipples through her bra. My hands wander down to the waistband of her leggings and I slide them and her pants down. My shy little woman isn't so shy when she wants something. I smile at how her body reacts to my touch. She reaches around her back and unclips her bra, watching the material fall down her arms, sending a tingling sensation down to the base of my spine. I lie between her legs, my lips capturing hers. The softness of her mouth, the ferocity of the way she jewels her tongue with mine, the little whimpers, it's all ingrained into my head now. I wanted our first time to be slow, but I'm not sure we can do slow, I say while I pepper kisses down her neck onto her collarbone. We have the rest of our lives for slow. Right now we need this. Her breaths come out in quick pants. I run my hand down to her stomach, to her moist centre. She's more than ready to take me. I run my finger down her core, plunging into her, stretching her walls to accept my length. I need you, Jazz, now, she cries out, biting her lip in frustration. I need you too, always. I remove my fingers and line myself up with her entrance. With no further warning, I drive myself home, feeling her walls clench around me. I'm not going to last long at this rate. My body is slowly coming undone with every thrust, every kiss, every touch. Come for me, honey. I'm not going to last much longer. I trail my finger down to her bundle of nerves and circle her teasingly. It only takes a few more thrusts before she's digging her nails into my back, calling out my name as she soars into oblivion. My final thrust makes me see stars. My whole body convulses and relaxes upon her chest. I lay my head over her beating heart. Her fingers run through my hair, soothing my soul. For the first time in years, my beast is at peace, and I'm not fighting my emotions. I love you, Stracy. I lift my head up and gaze into her tired, sated eyes. Thank you for waiting for me, for giving me chance after chance to realise I need you in my life. No one ever made my heart beat faster or turn my legs to jelly. Only you could do that. It was torture being around you, but only as your friend. I lower my head, take her lip into my mouth and kiss her softly. My dick starts to life inside of her all over again, but this time we're going slowly. I'll make it up to you. Once this operation is over with, I'm going home to tell the council I'm leaving. It's time I spend every moment with the people I love and care about. Marcus and Lisa need me now more than they ever did. You need me now. Our future will start together. Forever and always, if you'll have me. Forever and always, she smiles softly, wrapping her legs around my waist, pulling me closer to her body. This moment will never be forgotten. And that's the end of chapter 12. We're going on to chapter 13 now, and Stracy's point of view. My eyes open and immediately I need to close them. The light is blinding me from the window. It dawns on me where I am and who I'm with. I feel Jasper's arm wrapped around my body. His front is spooning up against my back, with his large member pressing against my backside. Just as I think about Jasper's manhood, I replay what we did last night, on not just one occasion, but numerous times. I don't think I've ever felt as loved and cherished in my life. I just hope he doesn't wake up this morning and regret what we did, because I don't, far from it. I've waited to feel this love from Jasper, and now I don't know what I'll do if he shuts me down again. His arm tightens around me, his warm breath on my neck makes me still. I relish his touch and relax back into his embrace. Goosebumps spread up my arms. Good morning, beautiful, he whispers groggily. I thought I'd be dreaming, but then I wake up to the most beautiful woman in the world lying beside me. Did you sleep okay? I ask. I did, eventually. His husky laugh makes me turn on my back. I know exactly what's running through his head right now because it was gone 3 a.m. before we settled down to sleep. It was like something snapped inside of us and we needed to be together. All the years of pent-up frustration spilled over and we made the most of it. Me too. I think we need to get up, I say cheekily. 5 more minutes. He leans over and places his mouth over mine. I feel the shockwaves run through my body, but nothing and no one else enters my head. Jasper stills, lifts his mouth away from mine and listens carefully. Sorry, we need to get up. Something's wrong. He climbs off the bed and dresses in last night's clothes. Jazz, what's going on? I jump out of bed and pull on my clothes just as quickly. I'm not sure, but I hear someone shouting for Leland. It wasn't a good shout either. He grabs my hand and we quickly walk down the staircase. I'm terrified about losing my footing, but Jasper is on a mission, and he has one aim: get to the raised voices. The closer we get to the dining room, the louder the voices get. What's going on? Jasper asks as we stop in the doorway. Leland responds first. Come in. Jasper, this is Ashley. Ashley, this is Jasper. He's here to help us sort out this little problem. Ashley holds her hand out to Jasper. Nice to meet you. Leland speaks very highly of you. Likewise. I'm surmising you've met Callum and Kevin. This is Tracy. She's our pack healer back home, but she's been pulled or rather dragged in to help us. Nice to meet you. Ashley holds her hand out to me and I accept it. I've just been filling in Leland. I got a call from the sheriff. It looks like these bastards are targeting innocent young people from the nature trail. Over the last 24 hours, 4 civilians have gone missing. It's one thing our own kind vanishing. We can hide that under the radar. We can't hide human disappearances as easily. All of us could become a target if this gets out. I can hear the fear and agitation in Ashley's voice, and I desperately want to help them fix this. It sounds like they're taking people for their food source. It can only be for that fact. Callum steps forward and leans his hands on the table. A look passes between Callum and Jasper, and I focus on the man I love. He's deep in thought and looks tense. Jas, what are you thinking? I lift my hand and squeeze his bare arm. It's been a long time since we came across something like this, but it didn't end too well. It isn't often that wolves and vampires come together, but when they do, it's usually to create an army. But what we need to find out is why. You need to tell us everything, Leland. How long has this been going on? How many people have vanished? We knew about the rogue wolves about 6 months ago. They lay dormant and didn't cause any issues. It's only the last 3 months we've noticed wolves and vampires going missing. It could have been going on right under our noses, but we had a lot going on at home. Leland sinks into his chair at the head of the table. His hands run through his hair, resting on the back of his neck, and Lavina makes her way to his side and takes his hand. Do you know of any reasons why they'd be doing this? None. Ashley speaks up first. The last 2 weeks my husband and I, even Lavina, were followed. They don't care who sees them. They have no fear, Jasper. You said to have a witch, I say. Yes, we're unsure of who or what talents this witch holds. There's wards around the camp they've set up. We've tried to break them with very little luck. Okay, well maybe I'll try a simple looking glass spell. If I can get a feel into what's happening in the camp, how many there are, how many casualties, it'll give you a better understanding of what you're up against. I look around the room at all eyes on me. What? Jasper wraps his arm around my front and pulls my back into him. Will you be able to break the wards? Probably. I won't be breaking any wards until I know what you all face. You need to be prepared for whatever fight is coming your way. I won't lose any of you. I turn in Jasper's arms and face him. His eyes meet mine and I wait for a fight, but nothing comes. I like you already, Ashley says from behind me. Let's get started, because if they take any more humans, I'll have to go oriental crazy on their asses. Are we going to stand back and let the women take charge? Asks Callum, causing Ashley and me to turn and glare at him. Jasper, really? What do you want me to do, Callum? We can't do anything until we have a clear picture of what's happening. Tracy is the only link we have to that information. Ashley seems touched by this situation. Am I right? Jasper and Ashley stare at each other until she says, I don't like what they do to innocent people. I care about this town. It's been a second chance for me and my family. We've made a life here. Why should that stop because wolves and bloodthirsty vampires want power? Nice to know what you think of us, says Callum, sitting down. Ashley propels her anger towards Cal. Do you kidnap, rape and torture young girls? Leland stands in front of Ashley as she makes her way around the table to Callum. Well, no, of course not, but you're a bloodthirsty vampire. You're no different. Yes, I am. I won't stand by it and watch more people die at their hands or paws, whatever they use. If you want to keep breathing, I suggest you keep your opinions to yourself. I've heard enough. I step forward again and place my hands on the table in front of Callum. Stop winding her up. We're all here to help one another. I need this table cleared of any items. I'll use this space for any magic I need to do. It would help if you weren't making enemies out of our alliances, Callum. Will they know you're doing this looking glass spell? Jasper asks. I shrug. Possibly. If they have a powerful witch on their side, he or she could have a security spell in place, much like our wards we had around the camp. If that happens, I won't be granted access. They do have a spell around the perimeter. None of us can enter, says Leland, raising his head to address me. Was it just vampires that tried to cross the barrier? Llewellyn nods. They might not be expecting a pack of wolves to descend upon them. It may be a vampire block, pretty much the same as stepping over a threshold uninvited. You'd be locked out with a barrier. Maybe. I'm just guessing at the moment. Let's see how I get on with the looking glass spell. If that works, maybe we could go up the mountains with just the wolves, just to see if they can cross over. If they can't, it will take a little longer for me to grant you access. What do you need to do this looking spell? Asks Callum. Looking glass spell, Callum. I roll my eyes at the big wolf shifter, because he can be comical as well as annoying. All I need is some candles and a scrying mirror. A what? What's one of them in the row home? Everyone chuckles at Callum apart from me. I'm gobsmacked that he doesn't know, but as I look around the room I think everyone was glad Callum asked the question. They just weren't as brave to ask. Seriously, don't they teach you anything at that council? I'm no witch. I'm not into that hocus-pocus gibberish. That's why you're here. A scrying mirror is an old, ancient mirror. The black scrying mirror or magic mirror is a powerful psychic tool. It can bring the user hidden knowledge and clairvoyant ability and can act as a portal to other planes of existence. Scrying is the ancient art of clairvoyance achieved by concentrating on an object, usually one with a reflective surface, until visions appear. I have the very object, says Lavina as she backs out of the room. Llewellyn grabbed the candlesticks from the main room. We have plenty of spare candles in the store cupboard. I take this opportunity to face Jasper. He's been quiet since we came downstairs, but I'm not sure if it's because of us or because he's been flung in the deep end here. You okay? Of course. His arms wrap around my shoulders and it's like we're standing here alone. Nothing and no one even matters right now. I kind of like your bossy side. I don't think I've ever seen you look so perfect, so strong, determined even. What, by shooting the numpty down, or talking about magic? I giggle. Both, he laughs. I can get carried away when it comes to my magic, but just tell me to shut up if I bore you all. You know I only use my healing powers back home. I'm not really into the magic side now. I would never tell you to shut up. We need your help. Without you, we wouldn't be getting anywhere near the camp. Every piece of intel we get is a bonus. By the sound of things, we don't want to be going in there blind. Let's see if I can get anything first. I'm not sure what I'm up against, but between us, it takes a stronger kind of witch to be able to wield that amount of magic to block out any paranormal being. Jasper nods softly. I thought it wasn't going to be easy going. Here we go. Lavina breezes through the room and stops at my side. A look of pride radiates from her. The object she holds in her hand is clearly important to her. She holds it out to me and I take the ancient mirror from her hands. Will this work? It was my grandmother's. Llewellyn got it for me when my grandmother passed away. I always knew it would come in handy. It's perfect, Lavina. Let's get started. While Jasper and I had stood in a huddle, Ashley had placed candles on the table, and she was lighting them as I placed the mirror down carefully. While I'm doing this spell, I'll recite a chant from the goddess. I'll need everyone to be quiet, and no one interrupts me, no matter what happens. I look up to Jasper and raise my eyebrows. I need to know he won't interfere with magic of any kind. It's dangerous. I promise. If you can promise that you know exactly what you're doing and you won't put yourself into harm's way to protect others. I promise. Now let me begin. I poise myself at the edge of the table. I hold my hands above the wooden surface. Goddess Gaia, I call upon you. Grant me the sight through my charmed mirror with thy blessing. I wish to see into the camp surrounding the Meadow Mountains. Grant me my wish. I feel the power shift from my hands. I lift my head carefully to look into the mirror. I see nothing. There's nothing but a white fog. It's no good. They're either blocking my magic or they've got a spell to block any magical currents flowing through the camp. I thought you said they can't detect your magic, Callum speaks first. They shouldn't be able to tell where it's coming from, but they can block anyone trying to interfere with them, unless... I turn to Lavina. How far are the mountains from here? The foot of the mountains is roughly 3 miles from here, but the actual climb could be another 3 or 4 miles. We could be too far away. They could be expecting you to try something. If they have a powerful witch on their side, they could have a block on your house. No magic would leave these walls. Hence why I got nothing but a white fog. Maybe we could go closer. No way. Absolutely not. You're not going near that pack, says Jasper, folding his arms over his chest. The foot of the mountains will be enough. We need to do this, Jasper. How can you get any closer without this information? How can you be safe? You and I can take a walk out there with one of your vampire friends. The quicker we go, the quicker we can come back, and you guys can work on a plan to get out there. Stracie is right, says Ashley. I'll come with you. Jasper, I know how you feel about Stracie. I know how hard it is to see her here, fighting with us, keeping up with us. I went through this with my husband when I first turned. She wouldn't be here if she wasn't as strong as you and me. I smile at Ashley as she walks away from us. I like her. She's my kind of girl. I can't help but wonder if immortality made her this strong, feisty character, or was she like this before? She certainly isn't shy at stating what she wants. And that's the end of chapter 13. So that gives you a little bit of a sneaky peek into what's happening. This series is based in Scotland, but in Jasper's book they are now, those two chapters that I've read, they are now in Canada, and they're going in to, I don't want to give much away, they're going into a battle to save girls from the age of 16 to 19. A pack of rogue wolves and vampires have took it upon themselves to descend on Meadow Springs. If anybody's watching this and they've read my very first paranormal series, the Beautiful Life trilogy, you will know that Leland and Lavina and Ashley are from that series. So you will be aware of the Meadow Springs story. I felt that this series needed something added into it, so that's why I combined both series in this book. It was just something that came out of nowhere in the end, because I mean I was sitting writing the story and I kind of missed Ashley and Dale from The Smile, so it worked out both ways to bring them into this series. I'm kind of rambling on now, aren't I? So that was 2 chapters. I will do another chapter maybe next weekend. I won't say a day because I'm terrible at the moment for schedules and keeping up with things. But as I said, you can still download these books for 99p at the moment, so make sure to get them before the end of the week because they will go back up to their full price. And I think I will leave it there tonight. If you have any questions or you want to ask anything about the series, feel free to send my page a message. I will leave the links for these books either above this post or in the comments of this video for easy access, and I will speak to you all later. Bye!